And today I just wanted to talk to you all about what I think about marriage. Okay, welcome back to my channel. I thank all of you for joining me always. Let's just get right into it, shall we? Okay, so the other day I was, just doing a little research on what marriage looked like, as far as, the divorce rate goes or whatever. And might I say it was quite disheartening, my loves. So as of 2017, we were looking at 400,000 plus divorces. So you can only imagine how I felt in that moment just reading that, only to think about what it has multiplied to as of today here in 2021. Yeah, so I just wanted to share with you guys kind of what I think about marriages and all that it embodies. Okay, so here's my thing, guys. Honestly, real talk, I don't think that most people, majority of couples, should even be married. And I'm speaking primarily to the Westerners, us here in North America. I don't know about any other cultures or anything like that. I'm talking primarily to those who are born here, like in the States. All right. So initially, as a child, we're kind of like programmed to believe that you can have this American dream and you can have a great big home that's overpriced and you have to work 8 additional hours a week, taking time away from your family to maintain. You can have a couple little crybabies running around that are oh so cute and adorable, and a few fur babies, as well, and maybe even a picket fence, as they state. And then voila, you have the perfect life. We have two people who may have degrees, well educated, and may even be quite attractive. Therefore, they automatically make for a perfect married couple. Wrong. Honestly, even just as an individual, the average human does not even have what it takes to just be in a relationship with themselves. And what do I mean by that? What do you mean by that, Kira? Okay, so let me tell you what I mean by that. To be in a marriage, you must possess certain qualities, traits, and attributes to even qualify to even be engaged. The majority of people do not. Now you may say, well, you've never been married, yada yada. What do you know? Ask a married person how to sustain a healthy marriage. And the first thing, the only thing that they state is communicate. You have to know how to communicate. Okay, well, do you know how to communicate effectively? Do you? See, if you ask me, I'll say, well, it takes to be loving towards your person, like talking to them and not at them in a respectful manner, articulating what it is that you feel because you know what it is that you feel at that time in a manner to that it can be conveyed, it can be understood and respected. You see, that type of communication. Yeah, but hey, what do I know, right? And see, and that's just it. There's so much that marriage entails to simplify it. As humans, we have a way of complicating everything. Why? Because we don't possess the necessary traits and the components that a genuine and real love has. We do not. The majority of us. We find ourselves trying to be that couple that keeps up with the Kardashians. Yeah, no, we don't know. I don't know who the Joneses are, but I could tell you who the Kardashians are. And so you find yourself trying to get caught up into that sort of life cycle, that marriage cycle, and then you begin to drown, and you find yourself thinking, why? Because you're in it for the wrong reason, my love. Most people get married for everything else but the sole focus and purpose of just being with someone to love them. That's all it is. Of course, to have a marriage that can sustain the test of time, any hardships that may come, well, you kind of have to have self-discipline. And when you have self-discipline, you have all the necessary components to go through with a marriage, a healthy marriage. Some of as follows. I'll just give you just a few. I won't prolong you, okay? So first of all, you have to be a loving person. All right, you have to know that you are loving and that you can actually give love. You have trust, loyalty, devotion, respect, understanding, compassion. You're empathetic, you're kind, you're fair, affectionate, attentive. You have temperance, patience, all of those, just to name a few. And this is something that should be worked on during the engagement stage. That's when you begin to work on yourself. You begin to realize that, hey, I've been kind of going a little hard on the wedding planner. Perhaps I should work on my temperance and my patience and to be more understanding so this can trickle down into my marriage. Perhaps, I don't know. Or I can talk to my bridesmaids as if they are really my family and my friends and respect them. Give them that respect, Be there for them when they're not feeling like they don't want to show up to practice or whatever. Yeah, we should probably just start before we get married. What do I know? And we're not even talking about, just having common decency, like, morals, standards, values, some integrity. You kind of need to have just a little of each of those, right? Yeah, perhaps. And on top of just being emotionally and mentally mature. Like, you cannot go into something that is going to be so long term. We're talking about forever, ever. Being petty, having a petty mentality and petty behavior. You're not mature enough to even want to understand your person. Like, you just lack maturity as a whole. No. You kind of need to be mature. Yeah, like grown up, adult mature. Even if you are young, you kind of need to have that level of maturity. You know that, right? Oh, let's talk about emotional and mental stability. Yes, those also have to be intact. You have to be emotionally stable. You have to know that you are emotionally strong and your emotional intelligence is where it needs to be. Meaning that you can explain what it is that you're feeling in a manner to when you express it, it is understood. You know what you're feeling? Yeah, do we? You're mentally stable. Your mind is where it needs to be. You're at peace. You don't harbor any animosity towards any past lovers. That kind of matters too. You want to be mindful of the baggage. Even if it's little ones, you kind of have to be mindful if those have had an impact on you and in some sort of way. Are you still affected? Have you healed? How are your relationships with those past people? See, we kind of need to check off all of these things before we invest and make that ultimate vow before the Most High. Forever, okay? Yeah, we kind of need to have all of those checked out, because I guarantee you, if you lack one of those, that is like the catalyst to a failed marriage. Like, try not giving your person the necessary attention and watch what happens. Or just not be supportive at all. Let's see where that goes. Yeah. Try not just being affectionate, not showing any love when you say you love them very often. Yeah. Okay. So you kind of need all of those things to make a marriage, and I guarantee you it will be so easy. It will be so simple. But then again, as humans, we have a way of complicating everything because we don't want to do the work. Yeah. All right, guys. I would love to go deeper, but something's telling me to just leave it right here for now. Yeah. Until next time.